Your hands together now for Mr. James Mullinger.
Any binge drinkers in tonight? Yeah, it's fantastic. Lots of binge drinkers. It's a good thing. I know there's a lot of bullshit talked about binge drinking. I don't see why we shouldn't binge drink. It's a normal thing to do. It's healthy. And what annoys me more than that is these stupid ways they come up with to try and overcome the supposed problem. Okay, Wetherspoon pub chain decided that the way to get over the binge drinking crisis would be anyone having more than 2 drinks, if they're there with children, is asked to leave, because it's a bad example. So, you know, if you have more than 2 drinks and you're with children, you're going to be moved on. That's not going to help. All it's going to do is introduce young children at a very impressionable age to the wonderful concept of pub crawl.
I should say before I start, I am actually London's only half Polish comedian. Yes, thank you. Just in case any of you were thinking of asking, I'm not available for any building work, okay? Just like to get that one out of the way. Most of my Polish relatives that live in England are obviously builders, that goes without saying. Do we like Polish builders? Yes, I do too. I like the work ethic of the Polish builders.
While my material may not always be the best quality, I am cheap and I turn up on time. Got to admire all Poles really, it's not just the builders, look at the facts. Nazi invasion, they stay put. Communism, they stay put. They're given half the chance to live and work in the most expensive city in the world, sleep 6 to bed and work for minimum wage. Hold us back!
It's not a funny thing, my grandfather does remember the morning of the Nazi invasion. He looked out his back window, all his garden furniture covered in towels. It's our day for all of us, I think.
Obviously pandering to a lot of Polish stereotypes here, which I don't like to do. It's very wrong. It's obviously the tabloids' fault that we think that all Polish people are just builders and sex workers. Although, to be fair, my mother is actually both. I'll give you a number later if anyone's looking to get a bit of bricklaying done while getting a blowjob. Maybe you going? Maybe? I'm not going, what's your name? Gary, it is Gary. Sorry, you went who? No, you show them. But there's another Gary. There's no other Gary looking for a blowjob, is there? Fair enough. Maybe there is. I'm sure I'll meet you all later. But as I say, it's the tabloid's fault. So I've been going to the newspapers recently to find articles about Polish people that don't pander to this stereotype. And I can find only 2 stories. The first one was about a horrible place called Maidenhead, where the local residents had complained to the council because homeless Polish people were sleeping in the public toilets at night. They thought the toilets should be locked, so that they had to sleep on the street. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone's willing to sleep in a pool of piss, under a duvet of pubic hair, they should be allowed to. It seems to me this country's become so fucking racist that it used to be, how dare they come to our country and steal our jobs. Now it's, how dare they come to our country and sleep in our piss.
The only other story I could find, was about a Polish chap called Tadeusz Kopusnik, 40 years old, whose wife left him. Very tragic. But Tadeusz Kopusnik decided to get revenge by cutting his own cock off. I shit you not, this is exactly what this well-balanced man decided to do for revenge. Now my first thought was, well that'll fucking show her. Surely he just saved her the effort. Not good at all. I'll tell you one reason that England does have a lot of elderly Polish people here is that the Poles love a bargain. And did you know that England offers more discounts for its senior citizens than any other country? This is true. Are we in favour of this? Yes, a few no's. I have to say, a bit controversial, I'm with the no's. I do understand why students get discounts, they're our future and so forth. The elderly getting 50% off this, 50% off that, doesn't seem right. After all, they've had twice as long to raise the fucking cash.
I thought we bonded, so I'll tell you a bit more about my past. I actually spent 7 years of my childhood being privately educated at a boarding school in Surrey, which I thought I should share with you, because I didn't actually have time to write click across my face. It's not something I'm proud of, generally because of the experience I had there. I had the usual boarding school experience, you know. I woken up in the middle of the night to the sensation of Lynx Java being sprayed up my anus. Unfortunately true. As is this was the bully's particular favourite trick, to drag me from my room in the dead of night, push me into an older boy's room, force me to touch his penis, then beat me shitless for being a gayer. Now that, unfortunately, is an absolutely true story that I've cleverly crafted into a joke to expose the absurdity of homophobic views. Obviously. A fact that a gent at a gig a few weeks ago didn't get. I delivered the punchline, and a very, very strong-looking chap in the front row stood up, pointed at me as if he was about to share the meaning of life, and said, "Son, if you touch the bloke's cock, you are a fucking gay." Which got me thinking.
I'm actually very happy at the moment. I actually recently got married, ladies and gents. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Thank fuck she didn't go to Specsavers. But we are very happy, but we do, you know, as a good Polish Catholic boy, you know, I wasn't afraid of the commitment or the engagement or even the wedding. What I was afraid of was the fact that it did mean that we had to move in together. Yes, and it's all been fine, but you know, everything changes. You start rowing, and for example, she said to me, I mean, she accuses me of being childish, even though she threw out all my He-Man toys without even asking.
And even worse, you know, we've had a row about curtains recently. Has anyone had an argument about curtains? Well, you would have done if you'd experienced this. She bought a set of those one-way curtains, you know, the ones that you can see out but nosy people can't see in. Well, she bought these curtains, fucked up away on business for a week, I put them up the wrong way round. You're ahead of me here. You have never known true embarrassment until all your neighbours have seen you masturbating with a sooty glove on.
Like before I got married, right, my parents suggested, right, this thing that we do, like in the week building up to the wedding, that my wife and I were to kind of sit down and make a list of all the things that we love most about each other, all the little things that warm our hearts, right? And now I know why. I fucking need that list. I don't even recognise the handwriting. Of course, my wife now wants to have kids, and her being Canadian, me being half English, half Polish, not a good idea. No one wants a moose fucking alcoholic plumber for a child, do you? But I have said yes to the baby thing, just so we can actually start having sex again.